Being a Longhorn is opportunity, pride, achievement, community, safety. Being a Longhorn is a choice to become a hero, to lead, to thrive in any setting. Being a Longhorn means immersing yourself in fine arts, learning at your own pace in Montessori, starting your path to college in elementary, earning a college degree in high school. The pride of being a Longhorn lives on long after graduation. Educate, empower, inspire.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our 19th Digital Parent University installment this evening. We are going to talk about high school master schedule for the 2021-2022 school year and the block schedule that is going to be implemented. My name is Alicia Davis. I am the Director of Family and Community Engagement. And again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I just want to draw your attention to some upcoming events that we have within the district. On next Tuesday, I think it is, we will do the end of the year review with our superintendent, Dr. Hudson, who is also here this evening. That will be at 6 o'clock p.m. and will stream just as this is streaming as well. Also, June 11th at 5 p.m. at Globe Life Field, we will have our Cedar Hill Collegiate High School graduation. And at 7 o'clock following that one, we will have our Cedar Hill High School graduation. So we are so excited for that. Summer school starts on June the 14th. More information will be available at chisd.net. And we are launching this summer Longhorn Help, which is an acronym for Heal, Engage, Learn, and Play. Our SEL and Counseling Services Department, in addition to some United Way partners, will be doing fabulously fun events on select Wednesdays throughout June and July. The kickoff will be on June the 16th at Virginia Weaver Park. It's going to be super fun from 5 to 7 p.m. Hope that you all join us on any of those days, and you can registration information will be sent out likely next week. So be on the lookout for the Longhorn Help registration and information. Tonight, we have some illustrious presenters and panelists. We have our superintendent of schools, Dr. Gerald B. Hudson. He's in the car because he was busy doing things, but he's not driving, so no worries there. Safety first. We have Mr. Jason Miller. He is the principal of Cedar Hill High School. We have Mr. Heath Koenig. He is the chancellor at Collegiate Academy and High School, as well as the CHISD STEM Center. And for additional questions that you might have, we have Dr. Courtney Jackson. She is the Executive Director of Counseling Services. We have Taisha Smith-Lowe. She is our Executive Director of Innovation. And we have Mr. Derek Walker. He is our Director of Fine Arts. Now, we are going to pass it on to our superintendent, where he is going to talk to us a little bit about why the district is implementing block scheduling.
So, of course, one of the things, thank you for being here. So when we talked about looking at what was going to be the best schedule moving forward, one of the main things that we took in consideration was our high school was on a 8-period, 45-minute schedule, and our collegiate academy / high school was on a block schedule. Understanding that STEM was going to be a big impact in our district, we want to make sure that we had a schedule that was going to be conducive for all students, all activities, and definitely give our students the opportunity to take advantage of STEM certifications and STEM initiatives. So in all that, we looked at the schedules, we looked at staffing, and what we came down to was the best schedule for Cedar Hill ISD was going to have a block schedule. And so what you see is a block schedule. Scholars take 8 class courses at a time, with classes often on A and B schedules. Class periods will increase from 50 minutes to 100 minutes long. with 4 classes on A days and 4 classes on B day. CDL is not due to block scheduling. At one time, they did have block scheduling before. So this allows for fewer classes per day, but the classes meet for a longer period of time, which gives them more opportunities for learning what they need to learn. So what does that look like? So the benefits of it, they can focus on the 4 subjects each day, and it translates to less daily homework assignments. It also aligns with the Higher Education Institute. We want to make sure our partners with Dallas College, we want to make sure we take full advantage of that and make sure that it doesn't interfere with our scholars who are taking dual credit courses. And this also gives our scholars opportunity to take more CTE courses, because you have to have more time, CTE clock hours, in order to take full advantage of those opportunities. So we want to make sure they have those experiences necessary so that they become a well-rounded individual once they leave in the school district. So the block schedule also means that teachers see fewer students, so they hopefully can create a better bond. We understand that during this pandemic, we also have to deal with a lot of social emotional aspects, and that we feel like the block schedule give our teachers more time to connect with their students. They have an opportunity to take advantage of smaller groups to work with lessons. So small group instruction to give them more time to dedicate to those individual needs of the students who may be struggling. And when there are fewer classes per day, then it gives them opportunity to better develop those lessons. So what does that look like? So technically we have 2 different schedules. We have the STEM Center, and their schedule is from 7:55 a.m. to 3:25 p.m. Now, what that's going to look like, somebody will talk about that a little bit more. And then the high school, as well as collegiate high school, their schedule is 8:15 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. So they're exactly on the same schedule. So what does that translate, and what does that look like?
So at Collegiate Academy High School, we're already currently on a block schedule, so there really won't be any changes noticed at Collegiate. So at the STEM Center, there will be a morning and an afternoon sessions that are essentially 185 minutes each. And so in between those 2 sessions is when the teachers will have their conference period, as well as their lunchtime. It also allows for the transport between Cedar Hill High School and the STEM Center, so that we are able to ensure that the scholars are in their classes on time and ready to go. So the 2 new pathways that we'll have at the STEM Center are biomedical science and electrical engineering. And then again, as I shared, those classes will meet every other day. So they'll either be on A day or B day, depending on which class they're in. And then the classes are 185 minutes, and transportation will be provided between the campuses. So here's what those sections look like. So on A day, if a scholar is in the morning session on A day, their class would be from 7:55 until 11. And then if they're in session 2 on A day, that would be from 12:20 to 3:25. And then the same would be true if they were on the B day schedule, just on.
So the impact on Cedar Hill High School. Cedar Hill High School, the schedule will really, that's the biggest impact that most people will see. We're currently on a 45-minute period. We're extending now to 100 minutes with the lunch period, which third period being 135 minutes, is going from 3 lunches to 4 lunches. That might be something that's everyone would see easily, but I think it's going to really help support the needs of our scholars on our campus. So the impact on our UIL activities. Band, orchestra, and those choir classes will not be double blocking. That means that those classes will only be on A or B day. In those areas, again, the scholars, they improve daily just from being in consistent rehearsals and routines. Theater scholars will actually benefit from block scheduling because it generally takes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to set up a stage, set up a performance, and then to change for class. And then you need 10 minutes to break down everything and get prepared for the transition. So the fine arts department will really benefit from the block schedule. The block schedule will also mean more time to complete projects for theater and even our visual arts. High steppers dance classes will be the only fine arts class that will be double blocked. So fine arts for high steppers will be A and B day. I'm sorry, my lights just went out. And so one of the big things we want to look at next is for our AP courses. AP courses will not be impacted at all by the block schedule. All of the dual credit classes for the 2021-2022 school year, they will be online. They will be scheduled as courses on the master schedule, and scholars will have a campus facilitator similar to what most of them have now in those dual credit classes and those dual credit courses, just to facilitate the learning and not actually teach the course.
Let me unmute myself. Okay, so it's time for us to take questions from both YouTube and Facebook. Now, I do want to say these questions need to be on the topic in order for them to be asked to our panel and addressed to our panel. So just want to make sure that is known. And when I am ready to ask a question, it will appear on the screen so everyone knows what question is being addressed. This is a question from a scholar or a parent. It says scholars in athletics, in essence, lose one elective due to being double blocked. I don't know, I don't know if Dr. Jackson knows that information or if that's correct. No?
I'm sorry, I had to unmute myself. Good evening, everyone. Our scholars will still get a total of 8 credits with the block schedule, so they will not lose an elective.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. That was the only question I saw so far.
I just wanted to see if Mr. Walker wanted to add anything since it was specific to athletics. Mr. Walker, did you have any additional information to share regarding athletics?
Not athletics, mainly fine arts.
I'm sorry, fine arts.
But
I'm thinking Ms. Benjamin's here.
Yeah, but I definitely had some parents ask me, why was high steppers being double blocked, and I want to let them know that high steppers were being double blocked because the high stepper class is gearing them toward, the competitions and the games and things like that. But that other class for the high steppers will be the dance class. So that's why if you're on the high stepper team, that's why that's double blocked. Now, if you're just in regular dance, of course, that's just one block. So either A or B. But again, high steppers is the only one that we're double blocking, and mainly because of that. But band, orchestra, theater arts, everybody else, we're going to deal with the one block.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Thank you. We got the
Tan TX says, I missed the first 5 minutes. Is this block schedule for collegiate also? Mr. Koenig.
So yes, it is. But our schedule, since we're already on a block, is not changing.
Thank you. This says, what does this look like for my student that is in orchestra and tennis at the comprehensive high school?
At the comprehensive high school, it's going to be the same. Both orchestra and tennis will be single blocked. It won't be double blocked.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. This question is from Ms. Clark Vaughn. Since dual credit courses will be online, will the scholar have to be on campus during that block?
Yes, ma'am. All scholars are expected to be on campus. They'll still have a facilitator in the classroom for that class, but they're expected to be on campus.
If anyone can speak to this, how will athletics and the new STEM program work in scheduling?
So
You want to take it, Dr. Jackson?
no, you can go. It's
Okay.
fine.
So one of the things that we'll be doing is working closely with Mr. Miller as we're building the schedule, which is one of the reasons that we all had to have the same schedule so that we can facilitate that. And so we will work to make sure that there's not a conflict between the STEM block and when athletics is scheduled.
Thank you very much, Mr. Koenig. Annette asks, will Friday be full days, meaning all A classes, or still either a B, A, or B?
Still A or B.
Thank you. This question says, what sports will be double blocked? I know we don't have Miss Benjamin here, but
We've been working really diligently. We have several different plans that we're looking at right now on determining what's going to be blocked, what's going to be double blocked. Again, right now, there's nothing set in really concrete. We will have some, but it's going back and forth right now. We're just trying to find the best benefit for the students and the schedule going towards STEM.
thank you. Someone would like some clarity on double blocking. One scheduling block on A and one block on, I guess, on a B day? What exactly is double blocking for parents and scholars who might not understand what that means?
Double blocking is meaning that class will be offered A day and B day.
So double blocking means it's going to be on A day and B day. Yes.
Or it could be 2 periods on either A or B. Essentially, like at STEM, it will be 2 periods, either in the morning or in the afternoon on either A or B. So it can be either, but it essentially takes 2 periods.
I believe this is the example of what would be considered double blocking.
So
what's on the screen?
So it's one example. So what Mr. Miller said is correct. It could be 1 period every day, or for example, if you look here, we have essentially 2 periods in session 1 from 7:55 to 11. That's 2 periods, but it only meets every other day.
Thank you. Some of these are very specific questions. Let's see if a collegiate student is interested in trying out for, well, I'm not sure if we have that information right now as far as the tryouts. I'm not sure if we'll address that here, but.
Well, we can chime in because I think we get this question frequently when we host these meetings. Collegiate students are eligible to participate in high school sports at the comprehensive campus. They just need to get with Miss Benjamin, Melanie Benjamin, and she has all of the information about that process.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Yeah, a couple of these questions had to do with that, athletics and how that works, how that will work going forward with this new A and B day, or at least at the comprehensive high school. It's fairly new, even though I believe Mr. Miller said that it's not, or Dr. Hudson mentioned that it's not really that the district has never done block schedule. They just moved from the block schedule, and I understand the collegiate high school was already on block schedule. Let's see. Here's another question. How will parents and students be notified of which day is A or B day? Will it be emailed, posted, etc.?
Both. The actual calendar, there will be a calendar sent out that typically has that information that lets you know what day is an A day and B day. I'll also send that same information out daily, but I'm pretty sure the district will create a calendar that's going to identify those days, which day is going to be an A day, which day is going to be a B day, and so forth.
Thank you, Mr.
Just-
Miller.
Just to add on to that, in Skyward, it also shows that. If they look in Skyward for the attendance side, in Skyward, it shows which classes are each day.
Thank you, Mr. Koenig. I don't know if anyone can speak to this. What is the estimated time frame for individual schedules to be completed so that plans can be made for early release scholars? Do you know that, Dr. Jackson?
So the schedules are typically distributed either the day before school starts or that week prior. However, if you're already wondering about your scholars courses for next year, you can go back into Skyward through Family Access and see what courses were requested that you completed in February, because those are the courses that will become your student scholar once our master schedule is complete. The only changes are if any of those courses that they selected did not make, they will have some of their alternate selections on that, showing on that schedule.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. This question is for Mr. Walker. Will there still be early meeting time for students assigned to first period band?
Most definitely. But that normally only happens during the spring semester, never in the fall semester.
Thank you. This question states, the website indicates athletics are double blocked. So if scholar takes English, math, athletics, and an elective, 4 credits, and B-Day, science, history, athletics, and an elective, scholars were asked to select 8 courses. So if you see that doesn't add up, if athletics is twice, will scholars be given the option to select which electives they prefer?
So during course requests window in February, you went into Family Access and you selected alternate electives. You selected the ones that you wanted, and then we have alternates there. So as our counselors are working through scheduling, once our master schedule is done, they will utilize those alternates that you selected. If you have some other courses that you've now changed your mind about, you can contact your high school counselor of record and let her know that you want to add another elective alternate to that option, if I'm understanding your question correctly.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. This says for collegiate students, will A and B Day affect 11th graders, or will they just meet at Cedar Valley?
They're essentially still going to go to Cedar Valley as long as Cedar Valley does have face-to-face classes. So at this time, it won't be a change for 11th grade.
Thank you, Mr. Koenig. This says, I'm sorry I tuned in late. Are we moving away from virtual school, or will all students be required to attend in person? This, I believe, has not been communicated yet, but I think there's going to be a communication about this going out soon. So, Jenny, Justice, we will have an answer for you very soon, unless anyone wants to address it now, but I know that will be communicated at the same time. Who is the contact for class changes at Cedar Hill High School?
The counselors of record. And you can check the counseling website to see who your counselor is, because they're divided by student's last name.
And also, if you can't find it on the website, you can look at if you're a current parent of a scholar at the high school, look at my newsletter, and all that contact information is on there as well.
Thank you. This question, has it been determined if Cedar Valley College will be virtual or in person, or will scholars have CVC classes on the collegiate campus? And a nice tie, Mr. Koenig.
Well, thank you so much for that. To my knowledge, that decision has not been made. Dr. Jackson, do you have other information that I'm not aware of?
So for those scholars at our comprehensive high school, all of their courses in the fall will be virtual. There is a mix of both virtual and face-to-face courses at CVC, but we don't have the information as to whether which courses will be virtual and which will be face-to-face.
Thank you. There is a parent, I believe, or scholar indicating that Dr. Jackson, they're going to email you for information regarding changing, I think, their schedule. This says, will my scholar's schedule change since he was accepted into the STEM program after his schedule was made?
Yes. So if your scholar is participating in the STEM program now, the only two things that will change will be the endorsement option that was selected at the end of 8th grade, so at the end of this year. And we will update those by the end of this week, and all parents will get an email that both the student and the parent will need to go back into student access, then family access to re-sign that endorsement. And then that one elective course that you selected that was aligned with your CTE pathway will change to now the new STEM course that is aligned to the courses presented at the STEM Academy. So one course change and then an endorsement change. And you'll receive an email regarding all of this probably by end of day tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. I don't see any additional questions at this time. I like to give it just about a minute. Sometimes people do ask questions at the very last second, and so I want to always give opportunities for that. Does anyone have anything they want to share while we do have this live stream going on right now? Anyone? Okay, I guess that's a no. I'm still trying to give you all time. If you have questions, our live audience, if you have questions, this is your time to ask on YouTube or Facebook. You've got all of these people in front of you right now. It's 6:27. I'm going to give it till 6:28. And then I'm going to put that banner up. You all know. Oh, here's a question. Is the engineering program and biomedical science program a part of the STEM?
Yes, those are our two new pathways that will be opening with our STEM.
Yes, it's electrical engineering and biomedical science. Yes, and didn't we just have the STEM draft yesterday?
It was awesome.
Yeah. Yes. So that's, and I'm sure that will be an annual event. Oh, you're very welcome, Roger Taylor. Very welcome. Okay. Oh, here's another one. You made it. You made it, Fifi. What does it say? I may have missed this one. Will dual classes be held in person at Cedar Valley?
So I think that one is for you, Mr. Koenig, because your students are the ones that go to Cedar Valley. So for Cedar Hill High School, those of you that are in our general comprehensive dual credit and our ECA programs, all of your courses will be virtual for the fall. You'll be in a course assigned to a course with the dual credit facilitator at our campus. And for our collegiate program, we know that some of our classes will be virtual and some of them will be face-to-face. However, we have not heard yet from our partners at Dallas College which of those will be which. And Mr. Koenig, if you had anything to add.
That's all I have. Just at this time, we don't have a solid answer on that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maria has positive feedback to give you all. Thank you for the work that our CHISD administration does for our students. I am proud my students are Longhorns, and we are proud to have your students, your scholars, absolutely. Miss Davis, I'm not sure. I believe your question has cut off. Oh, here we go. Will they be able to return? So you said due to the pandemic, if a student, of course, will they be able to return? Are you saying if they were a virtual student, will they be able to be in person? Is that what the question is? I'm not 100% sure.
I think that might be a question for collegiate, but I'm not positive. So if the question is about collegiate, we will be evaluating where they are in their pathway and how far off course they are. And so there will be more information. So please feel free to reach out directly to Ms. McDaniel if you have a specific question.
Thank you, Mr. Koenig. And here's another thank you to you. Thank you, Mr. Koenig, for keeping our children safe during this time. And Ms. Davis indicated yes. I believe that is her question, and she will reach out to Ms. McDaniel. All right, we certainly appreciate you for spending a little bit of your evening with us tonight. And I'm going to put my favorite little banner here, because when you see it, you know it's time to go. Thank you. This will be available tomorrow. If you ever need to look at any of our past Digital Parent Universities, they are all on the same place. Oh, here is, I don't know if this is, oh, this is a thank you from Ms. Davis. All right, so thank you so much. And until next week, we'll see you on next Thursday, June the 3rd, our next Digital Parent University, our year in review with Dr. Hudson. All right, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.